There we go. So let's get started. Welcome to this month's live session of Profectus AI. We use this session to always share a trading strategy with you guys. We fully automate it. We show you new features in Profectus AI in a platform. But let's start with one big thing. What do we do here? We are trying to build a company where we simplify automated trading for everyone. And what is Profectus AI? Real quick, it's the easy to learn, no code builder to automate any trading strategy, allowing everyone to trade the FX, crypto, or stock market fully automatically. So back in the days, you were trading manually, and nowadays you can take everything a human being does and put it into features, into an algorithm, and then it runs for you. I'm going to show you why that is beneficial and why I moved from manual trading towards automation about 5 years ago. But let me show you why Profectus AI makes you more money as a trader. So 10 years ago, I started to trade, started manually, and then moved slowly to fully automating my strategies because it showed me one thing, and that is missed trades kill your profits. It's just a fact that you cannot sit behind the charts all day. The markets are moving all day, and if you're sleeping and news hits the markets, then you're not there, right? You cannot anticipate a new breakout or a new trade, and therefore you miss a lot of profits. Let me show you how this works. So I have here a simple trading strategy, a live track record, one of my many algorithms. And this algorithm I built 4 years ago, 1,486 days it has been running, and it made me 150% return. And it's one strategy, it's fully automated, it has zero missed trades, and of course, zero mistakes have been made because the algorithm takes the trade, it manages the trade, and it exits the trade with a well-defined stop loss, a target, and everything you need, just like I should do it or would do it if I was sitting behind the screens and watching the charts every single minute, 24 hours. Now let's add your routine to the mix or my routine. What you will see is you're probably living like this. You sleep maybe 6 to 8 hours. You travel maybe 1 or 2 hours a day towards your company or your business or where you work. And then you're in meetings 2-3 hours, and then you have free time. So depending on what you do in your free time, it can be working out, it can be with friends and family. Whatever you do every day is quite busy. So it's fair to say that you can trade maybe focused behind your charts 1 or 2 full trading hours a day. Or for simplicity, let's assume, it's impossible, but let's assume this, you trade from 9 to 5 all day, super focused. No one is calling you. You're just sitting behind your charts and you can anticipate every market move or at least jump in and out of the markets and execute your strategy. Everything outside of these 9 to 5, so outside of the defined hours, that is classified as a missed trade or an error. So that is like trades you missed because you weren't there. Back to this algorithm as an example, this strategy of mine, 150% returns are made. And if you only trade 9 to 5, you only made 90%. So that's a big difference, right? So if I have my strategy, I backtested over prior data. So I backtested this over 20 years of historical price data. And now I've been running it live for 4 years. My backtest more or less halves if I only trade 9 to 5. And also the live returns go from 150% to only 90%. So this proves the point, right? You have a huge decline in performance if you not automate your trading strategies. The decline will be way bigger if you add your realistic numbers. And that is because you cannot trade even 9 to 5 during the day. Like I cannot do it. Most people cannot be focused for so many hours and not being distracted, right? So the impact will be even bigger if you do it manually. So this is all because you cannot trade 9 to 5 with full focus and no error. With Profectus AI, you can solve this problem. And this is the biggest problem I've seen in the past 10 years in the markets. You miss too many trades and therefore your returns are not good enough. With Profectus, you can perform exactly how you should perform. So your backtest is the same as your live performance. That's why Profectus AI makes you more money. There are 2 things I want to share with you, and then we're going to dive into the strategy I'm sharing today with you. How do you make money with trading? First of all, the method. You need a profitable strategy. So I'll show you a very interesting strategy today, a strategy that has been helping me for many years. We have been trading this, and it is a pattern that only occurs one time a year. And that's the topic of today. But that's one example of a profitable strategy. And that's a different strategy than the 150% returns I just showed you. And besides that, we have more and more strategies, right? Because if you automate them, you can build as many strategies as you want and find good ones, but you also find bad ones and you just move on to the next one. So finding a profitable strategy is the method to reach your trading goals. The second thing is the metrics, executing the strategy perfectly. I can give you the best strategy on earth, but if you cannot execute it, maybe I'm giving you an Asian breakout strategy, like a trading strategy that works in the Asian session. But I am here in Amsterdam. So the Asian session is during the night where I normally sleep. So I cannot execute it. So I have a profitable strategy that I cannot execute. And that happens a lot with a lot of people. And often they don't even know it. They have a strategy, they test it, but they forget that life is also happening, right? So you have two things. Having a profitable strategy, that's what you need, and executing it perfectly. All right, let's dive into what I want to tell you today. This will literally blow your mind. It's something that really helped me. And some of you guys that have been following me since 2018 or 2019 know this pattern. Many also traded this pattern. Last year was a crazy return on this pattern. And this year, just like any other year, we expect it to happen again. In the past 20 years, it almost happened every year. Let me dive into it. Today, we talk about seasonal strategies. What is seasonality? It is a repeating pattern based on time or date. All right. So that is seasonality, and we're going to talk about the seasonal pattern. So pattern that repeats in the markets based on a certain time in the day or a certain date during the year. The craziest opportunity happens soon. I've been saying this since 2018, and it's called the yearly gold rush. Of course, we have seen the crazy return of the gold chart this year. I believe it was like 67% up this year for yield to date, which is probably one of the biggest years in gold. I believe with the gold standard back in the days, we had certain runs as well, but it's just a crazy return. But every time there is a yearly gold rush that repeats in the markets. And I'm about to share it with you. So this is gold monthly charts. If you're new to charts, real simple. Every candlestick, every bar you see here on the chart represents 1 month of price action. So you can see here, the chart starts at 2015, then we have 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. I just have just a couple years here, but if you check out this chart, then you're probably just like millions of other traders just seeing a random chart. But within this chart, there's a pattern that repeats itself. And you can see it here. 5 times every year, I see this pattern. So we have in end of 2016, end of 2017, end of 2018, and 19, and 2020. All right, what do we see? In December, there is a gold rush, normally around 19th of December. And you can go to the charts and just check out for yourself after this webinar. But you can see that there's a pattern repeating every single time. And this pattern, especially in the year 2019, it really changed everything for me regarding trading. Because this is a pattern, if you trade it well, you can get funded. So some of you guys want to have prop firm capital. Some people want to just build a beautiful track record. Some people are already funded and they want to have big payouts and just make good return on investment, right? This is a pattern that really helped me do that. Besides the other strategies we trade, this is just an end of year bonus. I see it. So this is the pattern. Again, seasonality, repeating pattern based on time or date. That's this one. So what's the edge? What do you do with this? You want to be long, so buying gold during this time of year. But how to build something like that in Profectus, and that's what I'm about to share with you right now. So if it happens, maybe it happens, you never know. There's never a guarantee, but we are in a statistical game, right? We want to have the odds in our favor, and the odds are that this run happens again. You can get funded or large payouts. That is, for me, again, a big goal. We automate it so we can trade all sessions to not miss out. Before I show you Profectus AI and build this system step by step with you, and then at the end of the session, I share the code with you so you can have it and you can play around with it. I want to do a quick story. So the other founders are also in this live webinar now, so they probably know it as well. But 19th of December, when this pattern normally starts in the markets, that's around Christmas. So some of you guys celebrate Christmas. I love it. But during that time, during that week, you have a lot of festivities, like you're doing a lot of things with family, friends, or whatever you do. And then also trading gold 24/7 is very difficult to do. So in the early years, I had to do it manually. And I realized lack of sleep because you have that constant stress that you miss setups, you mismanage them, and a lot is going on, right? So that's one big reason that we automated. So what do you need to automate a strategy? It doesn't matter what you trade, but this strategy, we need 4 different things. When to start trading. So when does the pattern start? When to stop trading. When is the run over? The run only takes 1 or 2 or 3 months. So we want to also exit and stop trading. We are not trading this pattern the whole year because it only occurs during a period of time. So start and stop trading. Then, all right, Max, I know the pattern exists, but how do I enter the markets? Big question. How do you enter? We're going to answer that. And then how to exit the markets. If I have 1 trade or do I have 10 trades, how do I exit? When do I exit? All these questions we need to answer. And today I'm answering all 4 of them, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel for yourself. First of all, when do we start? 19th of December is one rule you can use. That's the rule I'm going to show you today. But another good rule that you can test is if you have the first bullish weekly close in December, after that you start. But for now, let's focus on just 19th of December. And perhaps, some of you guys are quite advanced. You can build different filters. When do I start trading this? But for now, 19th of December. When do I stop trading? When the move happened, when the move is over. So we have to define what is the move. Is it like 100 points that price moves, or 70 points, like from price $1,000 to 1,070? What is the move? We need to define that. How to enter multiple intraday 1-hour entries. So on a 1-hour time frame, we enter. And then every entry, every buy has a fixed risk to reward or a time exit. And of course, a stop loss and a target in place. And that's that risk to reward. We have a 1% stop loss and a 1% target, for instance. Let's build a strategy like this. So the Profectus AI gold system, the trading plan for buys. So this is the 5-step plan I defined for you. And this is what we're going to build together now in Profectus. We start first on the 19th of December on gold, the 1-hour time frame. Super simple. Then step 2 is we calculate the target for the run based on current price plus your target points. That's again defining how big will the run be. So for this example, for today, we use a target of 70 points. So let's say if gold is at 1,000, we expect it to move to a 1,070, right? So we need to use the current price on the 19th of December and then add 70. But you can also make 100. Right now, price is pretty high. So therefore, maybe we do a target of a couple 100 points, but you can all test this, right? Then step 3, check if the 1-hour close is the highest price of the last 20 candles. So we check on the 1-hour time frame. Are we creating new 20-hour highs or not? Super simple strategy. You can use many different strategies. Back in the days when I traded this manually, I used other strategies and entries. But with automation, this is one of them. And I just automate multiple and see what works the best. That is step 3. Then step 4 is, of course, we have a 1% stop loss and a 1% target. By the way, if you're writing with me or you have questions, just comment in the chat here of Google Meets, and then we do a Q&A after. And then step 5, stop trading and close all positions if the overall target price is reached or after the number of days, 40 as standard, have passed. So let me see if you guys have any questions. So these are the 5 steps. This is the trading plan for buys. There's no trading plan for sells because I better not sell during a bullish run. That's not nice to do. All right. So if you build it in Profectus, I'll share this code. You see a little bit of a messy chart here. You have some buys and you have a lot of buys. And then some hit stop loss, some hit target. And then at the end of the run to the right, you see a lot of trades are being closed for profits. And just this screenshot is from 2024 until January and then the start of January. So not the whole run, like the whole bull run would be insane, but just a simple 70 target, and the return of just this was 30 or 40% profits. So that's pretty good. But like I said, the move happened more and more. I know some people I helped last year with this strategy that shared the track record that they just went crazy, like 100% return. They shared the live track record, and yeah, I was amazed by it. So everyone will have slightly different returns depending how long you hold the positions, but in general, fundamentally a very good pattern. So how do you test this? This is Profectus. Here you see the code in blocks, and you click on export, and then you go to MetaTrader 5 to your advisor folder. You imported that there. And then step 1, start 19th of December on gold, the 1 hour time frame. So if this is new to you, we have a lot of tutorials within the Profectus platform, how to install MetaTrader, how to set MetaTrader up, that you have this exactly. And then you go to your strategy tester. So where we back test the strategy, of course, you want to see if your strategy worked last year, the year before, maybe for the past 10 years or 20 years, you want to test your strategy, right? Because if it didn't work in the past, it will definitely not work in the future. And if it worked in the past, then it's likely to work in the future if you build it the correct way. So here you can see I loaded the expert advisor. I selected gold as a symbol on the 1 hour time frame, and then custom period is the 19th of December 2024, and then stop trading in March, something like that. That's the period. You need to backtest this individually per year. So if you, and at the end of this session, you build this strategy with me, or you download it when we provide the link in the chat here, then you can just individually test it every single year, right? Then you see the returns. So you had some losses in that year at the start, and then price rises and you banked a lot. Then step 2, after just running this strategy on the 19th of December on the 1 hour time frame on gold, then the second thing we want to do is calculate the target for the run based on current price plus your target points. This is what I shared before. So how do you build something like that in Profectus? Because that might be very confusing for you. Because as a human being, how would you do it? You look at the charts. It's today, 19th of December, I imagine. And then you look at gold prices and you write down the number, and then you add another number to it, your target points. So today it's at this, and we want to target that, and then my algorithm stops trading. The move happened, we move on, right? That's what we are currently building here. So we have 3 blocks that we use for it. A run per candle, so every candlestick close on the 1 hour time frame, for instance. We run the algorithm, and then we have 1 trade rule, and then we have 1 modified variable. I'll dive into what it all means. So a run per candle, every candlestick close, the algorithm runs. That's like when the algorithm looks at the charts. Just like you as a human being, you are just watching the charts, and then the 1 hour candle closes. So exactly we started at 12. So that's when an hour closes, and then this algorithm would run for a millisecond to check the conditions. Then the second thing is trade rule. I don't have a target set. We want to set that target. We want to have that current price and your target points. All right. So example, open price is currently 0. That's what is within this trade rule. You'll see that when I share the strategy. And then save the open price, and then open price plus target. Just like I just described it, you take that open price plus target. Imagine 1,000 is the open price, and then the target is 70. Then open price plus target is 1,070, right? Yeah, when that is reached, then we stop trading. Check if the 1 hour close is the highest price of the last 20 candles. That is rule number 3. How we build this? Still, we have run per candle, trade rule, modified variable. That's from the prior thing we built. Now we have trade rule and buy now as additional blocks. First trade rule, have not reached target yet. 1,070 in the example before. Last close is the highest price. This is where you check the 1 hour time frame again and see, is the last candle close higher than the past 20 candles before? So the past 20 hours. That would be right here, 12. So when it hits 1, then the algorithm runs, checks if this candle that's currently forming between 12 and 1, that closes then And that is compared with 20 hours beforehand, and see if this is the highest close, because we want to see gold flying, right? We want to see higher highs. When that is completed, buy with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Within the buy now, you set the risk per trade, you set the stop loss, and you set the target. That is, again, step 4. Trades have a 1% POP stop loss and a 1% target for 1-to-1 risk to rewards. Let's assume you have a 100K account, 1% is 1,000 euro risk, and then your stop loss is hit, then you lose 1%. So 1,000. When it is right, you make 1,000. All right. And then step 5, stop trading and close all open trades if the overall target price is reached, or after the number of days, 40 as standard, have passed. Very important rule here. To be honest, 2 different rules. When do I stop trading? When the move happened, I want to turn off the algorithm. It happened, we're done. But also, if the move is just taking a lot of time and 40 days passed after the 19th of December, every day we count a trade, or every day we count a day, then when that hits 40, we just want to close all the trades. It's okay. Now the direction was good, but we want to get out. This is how you build that piece, and then we are almost done. Run at time, end of day, and then modify variable, count a day. 19th of December, at the end of the day, we're gonna count 1. And then the 20th of December, the algorithm will count another time. So then we have 2 days, and it will just count the age of how long the algorithm has been running until it's 40. Then we have every start of the day, we check if we are older than 40 days, the algorithm has to be running 40 days or more, we select the trades and close the trades because we're done trading. Or we also check if we are above the target price. The move already happened. And then we select the buy trades, we close the buy trades, and we turn off the algorithm. This is exactly how you build that strategy. Within these blocks, there are, of course, settings, but you can take your time and move through them to understand the logic. End of the day, you have a system looking like this. It's not that big. Last month, I shared a huge system, and a lot of you guys loved it because it is a system that generates prop firm payouts. So it makes money if you are already funded with FDMO and all of that. But this month, we do a little bit of a smaller build. What to do next? You download it and study the blocks. That's what I recommend you to do, because you can adjust a billion other things to maybe make the system even better. That's your goal. If you change the stop loss or the target or the management, you can change everything to fit your style. Maybe you know how to trade gold better than I can. So test it. Let the data tell you these are the best settings. Backtest the system year by year individually. Again, super important. If you want to test 2022, then you go to 2021, 19th of December, and then you start trading over the new year. And then somewhere in January or February or March, the system will be done. And then you have that years of performance. You need to do it individually, or rebuild a system that you can run it in one go, but that's not how I build it for you right now. Then change your target. When do you stop trading? I told you 70 points might be a good target. It works more or less every year, but right now 70 points on gold can happen in a day or 2 because price is at 4,000 or something, or it was trading around that level. That's just 2% on the day, even less. You change the target, see what makes you more money. Play around with the stop loss and take profit. Right now, I share with you a 1-to-1 risk reward because you want to have those quick trades. So you go long, exit profits, go long, exit profits, go long, exit with profits. You want to take those quick moves because due to the interest rates, it's not that nice to hold a position for 40 days. It's better to just take your profits because swap every end of the day will, have a major impact on your trading performance. And last thing, make sure you understand how gold lot sizes work. Some brokers have different contract sizes in MetaTrader. So make sure if I take a trade, what really my risk is per trade, not that you take a huge position. Of course, that's not wise or what you want. So make sure you understand gold lot sizes before you ever run the system and test it. Of course, it's for demo purposes. And yeah, Joost, can you share the link in the chat here so everyone can click on the link and it will open up in your browser, and then you have the system, save it because it is only for people in the live webinars, and hit me with questions after you got the link. Questions can be asked either just by unmuting yourself or texting. Whoa, lots of questions. First question, how do you test the target if conditions vary every year? Backtesting isn't a good check. You can do it percentage based. Back in the days, we always had, okay, gold will move 100 points, but you can also make it percentage based, right? So 1% back in 2000 was different than 1% move in 2020 or 1% move in 2025. So I would test that, make it percentage based. So maybe one year you target 1% is only 40 points, in another year you want to have a bigger target. Any reason for the 1 hour time frame? We want to have a lot of setups. That's the main reason. You can also do the 4 hour. But if you have a very strict trading plan, let's say you only have 3 trades, then you will not bank that much because you want to stack positions. You want to enter, throw your stop loss to break even, so you're risk free, and enter again and a stack in that direction. That is at least what I've seen is the best. So the 1 hour just gives you a lot of entries. You can also go to the 15-minute or lower, but that's a little bit aggressive for me. You can change it. Let's see. Luke, what do you mean with content? Video, what are future plans with Profectus AI? Will there be more templates, indicators? We are working on so many different features. First of all, we have a team of AI developers helping us, which will be very nice for you to build on the platform, but also get feedback. So if you have a question, you don't ask us, but you can be helped by us, like as if I'm standing next to you, helping you to build. That's one big feature. I cannot share all the features, but a lot about testing and all of that. We have so many things in the pipeline now. Slowly I'll release it. Soon there will also be a lot with more templates, but also you can build templates, you can share templates, you can share systems easily with others. We are also moving in that direction. And more indicators, yes. We are currently also busy with more indicators. Is there any tool on Profectus to reverse engineer my MP5 strategy into a template? No, but we can always help you. You can private message us if you have something like that. If you need help building anything, just in the Discord channel, you can just ask around. Joost shared the template again. There you have it. Click on it and you'll have the code. I'm new to Profectus AI. You have built a system that works great for prop firms, best challenges. Yes. Yeah, so yesterday someone asked this question in the Discord. I shared a 2-hour video I made about exactly the strategy I've used and many other people, even in this call, have used to pass FTMO challenges literally last month. So you can just watch that. It's a 2-hour training and then you are pretty advanced. It's all free. Just want to ask, since AI is open source, can this reduce edge? Yeah, so building a strategy just based on AI doesn't work. You can ask ChatGPT whatever you want, and it will give you a trading plan. If you then backtest it, it's literally bad. AI will not be the holy grail for finding a profitable strategy. How we're going to use AI is to really guide you guys to automate it quicker. So if you have an idea, maybe like this gold pattern, how do I build it? That the system just helps you use these blocks, use these connections, and then you can test it. That is how AI will really change the game. But yeah. Yeah, you can use the link, just save the link. Keep working for you, at least for a day or so. A lot of questions, guys. You can't open the link? Anyone have a problem with the template link? I shared it in the Profectus AI Discord channel. For some people, it doesn't load. On YouTube Live, probably the machine or a breakout system. Is it? All right. Joost, can you share the MQL file here? Otherwise, but Joost can share the MP5 file here again in the chat, just to make sure everyone has it. Maybe too many people loading it. Yeah, that's also possible.
Yeah, the link works fine. It's just that you have to log in first. And if you want the MQ5 file, I can share that as well if you wish.
It works.
Yeah,
it works. All right. Any other questions, guys? Anyone here traded the gold run already? Or was this totally new information? For me, my main thing with my funded accounts is just I'm gonna trade the gold run more aggressively.
Maybe I would like to add a little something on the first question about how to define the target. Basically, what I did, I made a list from 2017 onwards up to basically last year to calculate the days it would move in a straight line and also the percentage move it would do over the years. And there's a pretty clear sign that over the last 3 years, the move we're aiming to catch is around 9 to 15%. And the years before, it was around 6 to 7. So there's a very clear increase in the percentage of move, basically due to the volatility and I think general trends nature of gold over the last years. So my suggestion would be to aim for a slightly higher target, maybe the same target as you would have done for 2023 or 2024. And don't look so much at 2017, 2018, 2019, because those years were very conservative.
Yeah. Like I said in the call, you can just go to TradingView or whatever charting platform you use, and then just go to December and analyze this pattern. Almost every year it occurs. And you just want to prepare for when it does. So indeed, test everything you have said regarding targets. Let's see, Black Friday deal. I don't expect one to be there, no. We have right now, we still have launch pricing anyways. So prices are lower than any other competition out there. So no Black Friday stuff is expected, at least.
My final suggestion, if we basically work through the questions, is what you want to do is also look at the year 2020, because the run didn't really basically form the way we are looking at it normally. And this will be one of the years where you want to test if your risk settings are according to your risk tolerance. Okay, because you have to have a plan in place. If the run doesn't happen the way we expect it to happen, you want to have sort of a limit set as to how many positions you want to lose. That's not really something you can implement in your EA, probably, but you do want to check it beforehand just to have your risk management plan set in place.
You mean at 2020?
No, 2020, what you can see in 2020 is there is a move, but it's so small. I think it's only like 40 points upwards, and then it just fails. Yeah, you go a bit to the left. Yes, exactly. That bottom, it's that little move, but from the 19th of December, it's only 20 points or 40 points, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, that's from December 1st, but
yeah,
it's a small run. So in a situation like that, you want to have a plan in place where you say, okay, this could have been the move. I want to turn it off manually, or I decrease my risk or anything like that.
Exactly. All right, guys. Last questions, if there are any. Otherwise, we wrap this up. Everyone has the system. You can now still get it from the chat. All right. I don't see any new questions. There's the one backtesting question, you mean, right? GPU versus CPU. We are not the owner of MetaTrader 5, so we cannot really adjust much regarding how to test in MT5, but in the future, also for more advanced developers, we will move away from just MT5 and also be able to export our code in whatever code you want. When that is done, you can backtest it way faster, maybe on different platforms. For now, it is what it is. Is it a bad idea to run multiple strategies at the same time on one account? No, we run multiple strategies on one account. Every algorithm is unique. So they have a unique magic number. You can find that in the Profectus AI settings of your project. If your magic number is unique, then you can run multiple strategies on one. Yeah, exactly what Joost is also saying. Use unique codes, then it's fine. You can run multiple. If you have one algorithm that is managing a trade this way and the other algorithm on the same account is managing trades the different way, the algorithm just looks at what trades are taken by what algorithm, and then manages it accordingly. With your risk increases, you can reduce your risk per trade, right? If you have a trending strategy that really capitalizes in a market with trends, and you have also a mean reversion strategy that trades pullbacks, then running two strategies at one time will benefit, because during trending markets, you'll bank, but also during choppy markets, the other one, when one strategy doesn't bank, the other one will be profitable. So you have just, the more strategies you add, normally if the correlation between strategies is lower, they have a more stable equity chart and stable returns. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So always look at what is my max drawdown of what one strategy. And then if you add another strategy, combine them, see what is now my max drawdown. Did it increase? Then the correlation is high. If it decreased, then correlation is probably lower, or at least the strategies are helping each other. But then I wrap up this webinar now. Thank you all for joining. The next one will be around 11th of December. So put it in your calendar that we share a new strategy. And again, we do this whole lesson, but then of course, different topic. So it'll be the second Thursday in December. So I think that's 11th, but I'm not totally sure, but check it out. Second Thursday of December. All right. There are past sessions, yes, but if you're not live, you don't get the strategies. So you can rewatch them. You can find them on the Profectus AI YouTube channel. All right, guys. Thank you. And this one will be uploaded there as well, by the way. Bye, guys.